Okay, sounds rolling too. What's up? Welcome to the show. My name is Lee and this is Good Morning Bangalore. And we've got with us a very old classmate of mine from college, but now she's a huge actress in the Malayalam, Telugu and the Tamil industry. It's none other than Gouri Kishan herself. Gouri, hi dude.
Hi Lee, what's up?
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm glad we're doing this show because, we go way back.
Yes.
I knew you right from college and when we both were nothing, right?
Nothing,
Like we were
yeah,
just students.
two kids, wondering what to do with our lives.
Exactly. And I feel like 3 years there and, just getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
And it was such a transformative time for all of us. And it's so nice to see all of our classmates do what they love. And
yes.
We've come a long way. So.
We've come a long, long way. It's been so, college was fun, college was great, and you're doing so well for yourself right now. You come out with a new movie recently.
Yes.
What's it called?
Thank you so much, Lee. I had a release last week. It was a Telugu film called Sridevi Shobhan Babu.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first mass commercial entertainer
wow.
for me. Personally, my first film, 96, the one that released in Tamil, and most of the roles that came after were all very grounded, very raw, rustic, where I didn't really need. But come on, we've all grown up watching these mass entertainers.
These huge movies, right?
And this full go with your family, have fun kind of film. And so when this film came to me, the only thing was, okay, I don't speak the language. And so during the lockdown, I tried to pick up as much Telugu as I could. And then I shot the film in Vizag, Araku, Anakapalli, Hyderabad. So it was I explored another state through the film. And it was just so much fun because for the first time, I did a glamorous character.
Lovely.
My hair had to be perfect. My makeup had to be perfect. And I'm usually not used to, in a way, it is sort of restrictive. We just see these heroines look so perfect and you think it's easy, but genuinely it's not.
I'm sure you spend a lot of time in the makeup chair, right? How long do you spend in the makeup chair? At least for this movie.
So for me to get ready, I had to wake up at 4:30.
Wow.
Yeah. So that by 5:15, I'm ready, post coffee and because I'd hardly be able to keep my eyes open.
I know what you mean. I have the same routine also. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up because okay, get ready. I'm in the studio. Sometimes if I sleep a little bit late, I'm in the studio very groggy. I'm just good morning, Bangalore.
Yeah. So it minimum used to take me an hour and a half to get ready. And if it's a special sequence of a dance or some other fashion show, we had a ramp scene. I play a fashion designer in the film.
Oh, lovely.
So all of those things would take extra time. So I'm just it's so tough to look good too, It's
for you it's not really a challenge. Come on, Gouri. Come on, Gouri.
You're just being too kind. But that's the thing. It was a new thing for me, to be. But it was fun. Come on, who doesn't like to dress up?
Yeah, of course, right? I hope I'm dressed up this morning properly.
You've got your casual game strong. It's always it's your thing.
I can't be too formal also because it's a radio show.
Yeah.
I just gotta vibe, flow with it, right?
Even I was thinking, how should I dress? So I think today I'm wearing a jumpsuit.
Perfect.
So it's
not too formal, not too casual.
Yes, somewhere in the
middle. Somewhere in between. You did 96 in college and almost overnight you became a huge success. I remember walking with you in college. Suddenly, no one would care in the beginning. Yeah. But then a few days later, we were hey, that's Gouri. Hey, that's Gouri. That's Janu. And you mentioned that it was overwhelming, right? But how did you get past it? How did you get used to that fame?
It was unbelievable. Like you said, it happened so suddenly and I didn't know how to deal with it because in college, you're just a student, right?
Yeah,
I would just want to come, attend class, have fun with friends and go back. But then I'm when these people who saw my work want to talk to me, I'm should I have another, way that I present myself or what did they expect? Or can I just not be normal anymore? Because I remember a couple of months after was so transitional phase for me from becoming just a student to an actor or a celebrity. And initially, we used to just walk in the streets of SG Palya and Forum Mall and go to all these pubs or wherever we want to go. And then people started recognizing me on all these private places too. And I'm okay, will there come a picture tomorrow where I'm just not how I want to be looked at or what is it? Because 96 was a character which was a student and from a town. And I'm not. I'm a city girl. I was just acting like that. So that was very overwhelming. But I think I did 4 films in college.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I knew you did a couple of films, but I didn't know 4 films.
4 films.
Wow.
I mean, you hardly saw me in college after
That's
that.
true. Third year, I think you were like 2-3 months. Gauri's where she doing? She's filming. We're like, okay, yeah, cool.
Like, I had 8% attendance. And
That's so. For context, Gouri and I were in Christ University, and if people from Christ University know, Christ deemed to be university. Sorry,
Yeah,
they-
deemed to be
university.
Be politically correct now.
We had an 85% attendance.
I know.
And you still managed to go through. But the college they were supportive, right?
Yeah, initially they weren't, because I remember before filming and I went up to my department and I said, see, this is happening. And I was not so confident. Like, even I didn't know how much would I be seen in the film. Will they cut it off? So I'm just like, okay, I'm doing this. And then initially they were like, try and plan it in your vacation so that you don't have to miss class. But I think after the film became such a success, and they knew, like, and our department is like mostly South Indian, so I feel like they were like, okay, they knew what I was doing, but they helped me with attendance on one condition, that I clear all my exams, that I complete all my assignments. There'll be no help as such. They just said, we'll see how you fare well in your exams. But I had to do all these compensation classes during lunch.
Right.
I had to do library hours. So sometimes I'm like, shit, I really miss that not caring about, because every time I'm here, I'm cramming. Like, I would call my Eva and Varsha, my best friends from college, and I'd just be like, I need help. Like, and I'd pull all-nighters before an exam or something. And it was stressful. It was really stressful, because back when I'm filming also, like, on the way to location, I'd be studying.
Right.
During my lunch break, I'd be studying. Like, when the shot is being set up and I have like 15 minutes, I'd be studying. So all these are things that people didn't see from the outside. Like, I would just come to college, and sometimes, like, some of our classmates did. They were like, are you okay? Like, you seem so stressed. Because I was like, I want to complete this degree, but I had to say a no to a couple of projects too.
Right. But are you happy that you finished the degree? Like,
I am very happy, genuinely, because a lot of people, like alumni from Christ or any other colleges, they get this success, or like they get fame somewhere when they're studying, and they think they'll come back and complete it, but they never
do. Right.
And I was always kind of academically aligned. Like, maybe you noticed it. I liked
No,
studying.
you're a nerd. It's fine.
Shut up. I didn't want to say nerd, but I was bookish. Let's just...
That's a euphemism right there. Yeah, that's okay.
I like to study. I'm like, I like doing this. I don't want to drop out. And I didn't, like, a degree you need. And I knew somewhere I want to study further, and I'm into writing. So all these are things. And I did say no to a couple of big projects, but I have no regrets today, because this is your life and I want control over, like.
And look at where you are right now. I think there's like, it's testament to what you did. You worked really hard during college with the movies and everything, and you're just like hugely successful at the moment.
Thank you. And I firmly believe that what's meant for you will be
yours. That's, I think, very true.
So and my parents have been so supportive, and they really ground me a lot. And that's the reason, like, even today, I'm so myself with my friends and family, because when you come back home, you're just someone at home. You're not like, okay, all your actor and all of that chauffeuring around and
at
all.
the doorstep.
You come in and I have to do everything at home, and I genuinely feel like that's what like keeps me going. And none of my closest friends, like, I don't think even you look at me like an actor. I think
we're friends. I don't like. I know you're an actress, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. She's doing all this, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, Gauri's a friend of mine.
Yeah,
like,
and I want that human connection is what, like, I really seek all the time. So that's been going fantastic, because I'm very like that inner circle is really tight.
And I think you've got some great friends as well, Varsha and Eva. So nice. Shout out to them.
They'd be like excited too.
Let's talk about the industry itself. In India, the Indian film industry, whether it's Sandalwood is the Kannada, Tollywood is Telugu.
Collywood is Tamil.
Collywood.
Yeah.
And
Mollywood is Malayalam.
Mollywood is Malayalam. So you're primarily in the Telugu, Mollywood and Collywood.
Yeah. I'm primarily in Malayalam and Tamil. Tollywood, I'm just entering and like starting to see how it goes.
But they're huge. Like, people are going wild. RRR was a huge movie. It won a Golden Globe. It's got Oscar buzz at the moment as well. So we're seeing a different, scape altogether. People are looking at South Indian films and are like, hey, this is pretty cool. Absolutely. What is the atmosphere like when you're shooting this movie? Do they ever think about like, hey, we've got this, we can look forward like to global, success? Or do they just, let's shoot the movie, finish it and move on?
I believe that the benchmark is just so high right now. There's no room for average cinema anymore.
Oh, wow.
Especially after the lockdown, and the boundaries are just blurred. As in, like how subtitles have just given an avenue for all of us to watch foreign films and all kinds of cinema. And right now, this pan-India concept that we all say, it is true. You know, like the boundaries are just blurring in such a way that more South Indian actors are doing films in the North. And people know of Malayalam movies or Tamil movies, and they're taking inspiration from each other. And like you said, like how the RRR and the song just went crazy. Like it's global now. So that's why, like, when we make such, like, even I've been a part of certain films where the vision is kind of not so nuanced. Like, they just want to do a film for their portfolio and, like, to have their film done. But there is, like, the audiences are so smart, right?
Yeah.
You can't fool
Honestly,
them anymore. Because our exposure has been so far-reaching. And Netflix itself, like for an example, like the kind of series and films that come, like they're like Academy Award level. And when you watch such quality filmmaking and then you give them like a half-baked product, they're just not going to buy it.
People are smart, as you mentioned. People are very smart.
Just really like, and I'm happy because the tolerance levels are also increasing. Like I used to see a climate of extremely like, okay, after 96, I only got these very stereotypical homely girl next door characters,
right?
Because they just want to see you that way, and like you can't do anything else. And even when I did experiment something little different, they would just be like, but this is better for you. So there was that, they would put you in boxes. But now, like the fact that for my Telugu release, the director has only seen 96, like when he cast me. But I'm a very urban girl. I'm very modern thinking. I'm very progressive in it. I have so many dimensions. But the fact that even male writers and directors are able to view women in the industry as something that different than what they have done. So that's like and there's a lot of sensitivity too, like when they do that. So it's not very obtuse. Like the perspectives are really opening up. And genuinely, the industry is doing so well right now. I'm not talking about the commercial aspect because in that sense, it's tough because people are just not coming to theaters anymore.
Yeah, OTT has really like put a dent on that.
Absolutely. Like and genuinely, I life is hectic, right? Like in today's generation, to just take your family to a film on a Sunday amidst all the traffic and
tell me about it.
Yeah, paying the parking fee and going, and you would just want to be home and order pizza in and just. So I wouldn't blame them for that, but professionally for us actors, it's when you see the numbers, and unless it's a big film like Kantara or like something that really changed dynamics, people just don't want to come to the theaters because the earlier 100 crore club. Maybe that's the RRR right now. But there were also a climate of films like 70 crores, like probably Kapoor and Sons or something that did Pink, something that did really well. But now that 70 crores has become 30 crore.
Right.
Because they in hardly a month it's coming out on OTT. Can you blame them for like watching it?
It's not only like Indian movies also. It's the other movies. It's the Hollywood movies, like MCU movies. Within 2-3 months, they're already on like Disney Hotstar. I'm just like, why did I pay so much money to watch this like firsthand? Or why do I waste my money? And I spend a lot of money. I'm one of those firm believers that the theater is where you should watch a movie. Yeah. Because it's an experience altogether.
I'm so glad you think so.
It's about the sound. It's about the visuals. It's about that experience you sit. And I think a lot of movies like Kantara and other Kannada movies and Tamil movies that came out recently, people want to go watch in theaters because they're like, it's a theater experience.
Theater experience. And can I just say one thing, the attention span.
Yes. I realized this the other day that when you buy a ticket to watch it, you have no choice but to sit in that movie and watch the movie.
Know.
Like whether it's a bad movie, good movie, you're going to watch a movie through and through because you've paid money for it. When you're sitting at home watching it, you're like,
correct.
Oh, it's a boring scene. I'm changing it right now.
Yeah. And I have people in our generation, like some of my friends or people I know, they just be like, bro, I don't go to the theater because my attention span, I just can't sit like in one place for more than 2 hours. And I'm like, but that's the thing, like it's so fast right now, like you can get information whatever you want in like a blink,
right?
But for someone to just watch and like just
sit,
be in one place,
yes.
And even in theaters when you go, it irritates me when I see people on their phones.
Tell me about it. I lose my mind.
Yeah, and they'd be like taking pictures of the title card or some like important scenes, and they'd just be taking like videos like which will go on for like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm like, bro, don't put it out on social media. Like there's a reason.
There's a reason, yeah.
Like the most important and climax portions and all, people just on first day of release, and it's so like it's like those spoilers that you don't want to hear, but you just see it, and you just see a very bad version of it on like Instagram or something, and I'm just like, people just have to keep using their phones, and that's also a big reason why like OTT, like you said, pause, play next week also you can continue watching.
I don't like this. Yeah, okay, I'm taking a break. Come back to this movie later on.
And also like I've started looking into OTT dynamics so much. Like I like to see the technical aspect of it, and even when film getting bought in OTT is also so difficult now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because theatre releases come on OTT, but there are some OTT originals which are only like dependent on that. So like there are a couple of my films which are not yet bought by OTT because they're just like, we are done for the year. We have enough and more. We don't need. So we just be like, okay. And then I started asking them how they do this decision. And so they think, okay, if an OTT film is successful or not, how they decide is not just people who watch the first 5-10 minutes. Like, so they have windows. Like, does it get boring? So in 25 minutes, if they're still watching, they're hooked.
Okay.
But if they switch between like in the first 5 or 15 minutes, then it doesn't count as one watch.
Oh.
So things like that. So it's actually very technical, and the boards up there, like the people who are up there, I wish they were more like some of them have these very obtuse way of saying like, oh, who's the star? Like if there's no big names, they just be like, no one's gonna watch it. But if you think about it, Netflix and some of these really promising platforms have such curated collections of films, and that's why they have such a following. Like if you look at it, the Malayalam films on Netflix are the like very classy, not so commercialish type, but there are other platforms like Z5 who have RRR and all these commercial stuff. So I just feel like they have to be much more like supportive of upcoming films. Like I did a film, it has me, but other than that, everybody's new. And I consider myself new. I'm still like, getting there. It's been 4 years, but just because there's no big name, they're just like making it so difficult for us. But everyone who watches the film, like when we show them the 10-minute cut or whatever, they love it. So I'm like, trust.
Trust, exactly.
Trust the content.
Sometimes, like, you never realize, like, how these new actors and new, like, stars who have no, like, background whatsoever can make it huge in life just because of a chance you give them.
Exactly.
Like that 70s show. I love that show, by the way. And when they started, nobody was famous. Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, none of them were famous. That was their first start, and look at them now. Like they're huge, right?
Yeah. So the filmmakers are ready for it. Like there's a film
but is the audience receptive? I think that's also the other question, right?
That's also another question. Like, but slowly it's changing. But then again, there's so much content out there.
That's true.
Like, it's like an influx of like overload. Like people, if not this, they'll go to the next one.
You have to be like really, really good. You have to really hook them on that first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So maybe that should be like your hooking point. After that, you made the movie whatever you want to make it.
So it's fun. I mean, OTT is a huge game changer.
Are you going to get into it? Like, are you doing some series that going to be on OTT soon, or are you just doing movies at the moment?
I did an Prime original, which came last year.
Lovely. Yeah. I think I saw that. Yeah.
It was an anthology. I played a cop in it. So
oh, yes. Yeah. I remember seeing the trailer for that.
That was one. And then I did a web series, a Tamil one with Kalidas Jairam, and that came on Z5.
Superb.
So I'm like trying to, like, I'm not trying to be stuck in, like, I want to do everything. Like I did music videos on YouTube, or I did like Instagram collaboration when you want to see. So different kind of, like, the openings are so vast now, and you really need to like experiment and see, like, rather than only sticking to films and things like that.
What about social media? Like, I think with your case, you've got a huge, massive following, almost 1 million followers, more than 1 million followers on Instagram. Does it ever intimidate you? Just like, hey, this is like, I have a voice almost. So do you ever put your opinions on your page? Do you ever think, should I talk about certain topics? Do you think I should, comment on this?
Yeah. Being a journalism student, I feel like all of us were very aware. Like, at least at that time, we all spoke about it in class, and you feel like you need to put your opinion. And so at that, like, when my following was increasing, that process was going on, I felt like pressurized that okay, this is happening, I need to talk about it, this is happening. So like otherwise, because I used to get messages like from people like, you have such a big platform, why are you not using it, and this and that, and that used to like you said, intimidate me. I'm like, okay, I need to. But there was a point where I realized that I don't know enough about this to talk about it. You know, like it's so fast. Like you see an Instagram thing and without even checking if it's true, you'd be like, just join the bandwagon, right?
True.
And then I realized, like after like thinking about it and talking to my family, and you know, we have these conversations like this is what's. So they'd just be like, why don't you focus on one thing that you feel strongly for? Like people know what's happening. Even if you just have to believe in it and actually show it in action rather than do this. Okay, I have to do it, and don't take that pressure. It's too much. Like, and it's okay to not know enough to not have an opinion. It's fine. Like, it's better than saying something wrong. So
rather saying something, no, don't say anything at all. Rather than, like,
exactly. Rather be quiet about it. So like now I'm like trying to understand what do I firmly believe in. Like, and my uncle told me about about Ashton Kutcher himself. Like, he has, I think, he was against child abuse, like you know, all the abuse that, and then now he has a website and he's been working on it for like 7 years.
Yes.
So he's become a reliable avenue where people can go and get like proper information. And so he's like, so focus your energy on one thing rather than like being everywhere and scattered. So that's something, food for thought. So I'm still figuring it out. I just want to know, like...
I think you have time also.
Yeah.
We're also young as we're talking about this. Like, we think we're old, but not really. We've got a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, Aisha. Okay, so we were talking about film industry. I'm so happy, you know, you're doing so well in life again. And let's just play a little bit of a game, okay?
Okay.
This game is called the Yes, No, Okay, Yeah game. Basically, you can't say these words.
Oh, I can't say yes, no, okay, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I can say nah.
Being smart about it, but okay, sure. I mean, so yes, no, okay, yeah. Okay. Apart from these, you can say whatever you want. All right. So, we're gonna start now. Okay. How has your morning been so far, Gouri?
Really good.
Really good. And what did you get up to, like yesterday?
What did I get up to, as in?
Yesterday, what did you do yesterday?
We went to a brewery with a couple of friends, the Iron Hill. I like heard so much about, you know, the hyped up place. It was fun.
And did you have fun on Saturday?
I had fun on Saturday.
You had fun on Saturday, right? And
Lee, you're being very tactical about it.
Really?
And I'm stressed inside.
You're stressed inside.
Yeah, I'm so confident.
About what are you stressed about?
About this game.
About what is this game called again?
You know what it's called.
Oh, I know what it's called. Okay. Do you like your coffee, by the way? Is it fine? Like,
it's good.
It's good coffee. Not bad. Okay. And are you in the radio studios at the moment?
I'm on your show.
You're on my show. What's my show called? Oh, what's my show called, Gouri?
Morning show.
No,
with
actually
Lee.
No, sad. It's not the morning show with Lee. It's called Good Morning Bangalore with Lee.
Related.
Sort of.
Good Morning Bangalore with Lee.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Gouri, in college, what's your favorite memory that you had in college?
Oh, we spoke about it.
I didn't really hear yours completely.
Yeah, because people were blaring music and they would just be like, share your memory. And I'd start and they'd be like, there's some parallel stories on. I'm like, okay, you know what? Screw it, I'm not gonna. But it's fun with you, actually.
Oh, so sweet.
And I'm not making this up because I'm on the show with you. I said the same thing that day also, like day before. So, first week of college when none of us knew each other, like 84 new individuals put in one class, and all these teachers were trying to like, but obviously there were groups already formed and I didn't have any, like there was a Cottons group, there was one school group, this group, Bangalore group, Mallu group. So I'm just like, I don't want to be in any of it. So I'm just going to try and find out who my friends are. And one of our professors made us into groups of 6, like so two benches. And I remember it was me, you, Abhishek and a couple of others. And we just had to like talk to each other for 10 minutes. And I remember like, it was such a very like a innocent memory because that's the first time I got to know you. Okay, this is Ali. This is what you do. And you had such a deep voice.
Oh, yes.
That's the first thing anyone would notice about you. And I'm like, okay. And I remember saying, I'm dating. So I just kept telling that. What?
I got you.
What did I say?
Okay.
So you're not listening? I'm being
No, I am
so
listening.
sweet.
I am listening.
Yeah.
You said you were dating.
But
Continue, sorry. Yeah.
I was. And I remember like all of y'all used to make fun of me because Gouri, I'm just like, why doesn't anyone hit on me? Like nobody
Yeah,
hits on
because
me
you
in
were
college.
dating someone.
Because on the first date, I'm like, I'm taken. And I'm like, I was such a loser back then.
No, I like honestly, I still remember that. That was the first conversation I had. I think was Devika Mahajan as well sitting with us.
Yeah, I think she was.
She was sitting with us, right? So I remember I had these two really beautiful people like behind me, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a nice year. College is gonna be fun. And I spoke to
Devika
you.
left.
Yeah, exactly.
She was stuck with me. But I remember you turning and like getting to like asking me where I'm from, and me from Chennai, and like Bangalore is itself such a new life for me, and you just seem so like calm, and this is your space, and there was something calming about you.
Oh, so sweet. That's so nice. Thank you so much for saying that. Like, I think I try to bring that calming effect to whoever comes in the studio as well, and I just hope it keeps going
it's
on.
really working, because I feel like even if I didn't know you from before, you just the ability to just strike conversations.
It's honestly sometimes it's quite hard, but it works out. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing my job well when I'm out randomly as well, and I can't make a conversation with someone, or like they don't like initiate, or they don't like put in the effort, because it's not even one way. I can make how much of a effort I can from my side of it, but if they don't reciprocate and they don't like put in the side, then I'm just like playing against a dead wall, right?
Talking to yourself.
That's
almost.
it. Which I do every morning over here. It's okay. It's fine. I'll just mess with them. So fun story. The other day I was emceeing a wedding, and there were just a lot of old Malayalam uncles and aunties. And this is Malayali. Sorry, my bad. My bad. All old Malayali uncles and aunties, and they were so dead.
Why?
Like they did not appreciate one of my jokes.
Like that.
Not dead.
I'm like,
what kind of wedding did you go to, Lee?
I'm like, it's like one horror story suddenly, and I'm like dead now. I didn't understand what you meant, but you're like very cold.
Very cold. They were like so unresponsive, and I just tried to make conversation with each one of them. Like I was like, if you guys are not going to respond to me, I'm going to come and talk to you. Put the mic in your face and
put them on the spot.
Legit, that's what I did. I was like, so tell me about love. Ask an old uncle this. He's just like,
Premam.
yeah.
No, but genuinely, I get what you mean, because even in our weddings, like it's just family and stuff, and we'd be like putting one mehendi dance for them to just cheer up, and they'd just be dead.
They'd just be like, no.
No response, and
I was getting so fried on stage. My friends were just
imagine.
they're just like, dude, it was so nice to see you MC, because you're getting so fried up there.
And you can't show it also, right?
I was showing it left and right. I was like, you guys are not responding. I'm going to mess with you guys.
No, but I feel like, I don't want to generalize, but Malus have that. It's very difficult to impress a Malayali. For instance, even if you look at the cinema, like I like how I'm making everything about cinema.
Yeah, of course.
But even I've noticed, right, from Malayalam, if I just did one Malayalam movie, I feel like it's a test of time.
Yes.
Like they wouldn't glorify you unless you've like been here for a while and done good work. But on the other hand, in Tamil and Telugu, what I see is one day they just like you and they'll put you up there, and one small mistake they'll just bring you down.
Right.
But in Malayalam, it's much more like even the most successful actors like Mammootty and Mohanlal, they've had a string of flops. Okay, but we just believe in their talent. They would be like, it's just he's gonna come back. So the loyalty is there, but for them, you'd be like probably an outsider, like, oh, what's he doing? Like,
but the next day they were just like, hey, we liked your performance a lot.
Then why didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, dude, what was I doing up there yesterday? Like, I was making a complete fool of myself. But it was fun. It was great. Nice experience altogether. And Gouri, thank you so much for coming down and talking to me and taking some time of your day, as I know you have a very hectic schedule as well. So I'm glad you made time to come down and talk to us. And Have a great morning.
Thank
and have
you,
a
Lee.
great life and year ahead as well.
Thank you. And like you said, you just kept telling me how good I'm doing. I'm so proud of how far you've come.
Thank you so much,
Like we were
Gauri.
just talking on, at the start of this conversation, first year of college, they were like, what do you want to do? And I remember you said RJ.
I
And you're
did say
literally,
RJ. Yes.
you're such a successful RJ now. You have like the peak time and you're doing so well. And I see your Instagram posts and I'm just like so proud.
Thank you so much.
it
It
going.
means a lot to me for me to hear you say that. And it's just a grind for me. And like in the sense, like I've always believed in myself
Yeah.
more than anything else. And I think that's what's important. So if you have anything to say out to the listeners out there, you want to give some piece of advice to anyone out there to
Like upcoming
actors, anyone who's trying to make it in this world, what do you want to say to them?
I feel like developing your skills.
Mm.
I think that's, and I don't mean like take pressure and like try and do these acting courses and read books. That's not what I mean at all. Like sometimes being an actor would just be observing and
Yes.
catching slangs or doing these things that are not you, but you're trying to see it from someone else and you're just like, okay, that's something maybe I can work on this character that I'm doing. So that's the like philosophical aspect of it. But to get opportunities, that takes like really good timing and your talent. So until the timing comes, just work on your talent. Watch more films, because that's what I've done. Like I've been grown up in a film buff family. Like we don't have any links to the industry, but every week it'll be a ritual to go to the theater and watch films. And I've watched like multiple language films, and that's probably a reason like I don't have to, sometimes I don't put enough work, but because you have the exposure to so many performances in your past and it just comes. So watching films really helps me. And if whichever language you want to focus on, like to get a good diction, to be able to dub for yourself,
Right.
that's an identity. That's something I'm working on. Like
Lovely.
I'm not really good with languages, but I feel like my voice can be like my identity. So I'm trying to work on how much ever I can. So these are like small things that you can do, and don't beat yourself up about it, because I know people who just struggle for years and they don't get a break, and that does happen. Unfortunately, like the world is unfair. So talent is not the only thing, but in the right time, things will work out for you.
Yeah. I think luck, as they say, luck is when opportunity means preparation, right? When you're prepared and you get a good opportunity, that's when you get good luck.
Yeah. So when the opportunity knocks on your door, you just have to be ready. Like
Honestly,
you can't,
I know what you mean about that. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you're not ready.
yeah.
Like, just take the plunge.
Exactly.
Take the plunge.
In a way, that's what I did too. Like,
Yeah.
I never wanted, like, it was destiny. Like, I didn't want to be an actor. That's not what I dreamt of, because it was such a long dream. But when it came, you're just going with the flow, and it's
Yeah.
working out so well. So I feel like we all can be kinder to ourselves, take it
Yes.
easy, like, have fun. And in the right time, things will just work out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gauri. Have a great day.
You too.